What's going on, everybody? It's 27 Soul Brother Does. It's going to be another car review.
It's another car review.
Today we're going to be doing one of my favorites, which I really didn't like at first, but it has definitely grown on me, is the new 2019 Hyundai Veloster R-Spec. Yes, sir. So with that being said, I definitely want to give a mad shout out to Randall Noe and Terrell's their Hyundai dealership for giving me the opportunity to test drive and review this car for you. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so with this 2019 Hyundai Veloster Turbo, it is, as you already know, a 4-cylinder, 201 horsepower, 195 foot-pounds of torque. Now, nothing's changed since the original engine, but the body style has definitely had a dramatic upgrade. At first, like I said before, I was iffy on it, but now I'm all about it. I've seen enough of them. I've reviewed and watched enough reviews to know that, you know what, I could probably work with this car. This car is going to be a 6-speed manual. It has lane departure. All right, so what we're going to do now is going to go over some of the different body styles, different things that have now changed with the Hyundai Veloster Turbo. Some things that, if you haven't already noticed, that you see already, is the 3-door design. So come on around. 3-door design is still the same. That was the main thing that actually got me into this car, because I have little ones, as you can see, and they would always get out the car on the curb or the sidewalk. That way they never had to really deal with any oncoming traffic from the other side of the street. Next, when you come around, the interior is absolutely fantastic. With this R-Spec, it is yellow or gold, give or take your vision area of it, and it matches perfectly with this car. When I tell you, I absolutely love the faux carbon fiber. It does have a couple hard touch plastics, but to me, I don't really mind the hard touch plastics. What I mind is, because you know what, a little bit of Armor All will shine it up just right. So don't get bougie on me. So when it comes to the interior, I do like how everything has been redesigned more or less for its comfort for the passenger as well as comfort for the driver. But the driver has all the comfort creatures that you would want, from the stereo, the air conditioning. The buttons are actually quite decent, and I really like the buttons. But we'll get more of that when we get onto the other side of the car. As you see, number one is already comfortable in the slide lights. Yeah, I know where I'm riding. Yeah, you getting in the back. Just so you know.
No!
Now on the driver's side of it here, hopefully the sun doesn't mess up the light. But as you see, the screens are absolutely brilliant. The brightness is just how you want it to be. It is bright enough to give you everything you need to know. Once again, the yellow or the gold in the steering wheel. The steering wheel is quite meaty. I like the way it feels. It's really smooth, which is kind of disturbing. I don't really think you could really track this car with this type of steering wheel, but I want to look good fast on the freeway, it'd be perfectly fine. So I wouldn't really go nowhere trying to race this car on any type of track or anything, because you don't really grip it. Yes, I know racing gloves, but even still. With this 6-speed manual, I can already tell you just by the feel of the shift knob, I'm gonna enjoy this. And I'm gonna make sure that you catch all this good scenery of my face, okay? But I do love this, if I'm not mistaken, 7-inch touch screen. It does have Apple CarPlay. I have an Apple, thank you very much, and it's about to be on and popping. And look at these 225/40 18s. That's super nice. On Michigan Pilot Sports. So not the super sports, but still it's grippy enough to do what it needs to do for the road. Exhaust clips. So before further ado, let's go ahead and get this drive along, and then we'll go ahead and see what's going on after that. Do is go a couple on the back streets. We're gonna see how it drives. We're gonna go through the shifting. Already I can tell you, just with the short shifter, it goes right into gear just like that. Another thing, if you look at the spinner on the shift, it just spins. How about that? I bet that's something you didn't know. That's a quirk. Doesn't come off, doesn't, loosen up, doesn't fall off. It just gotta know how to drive it. I love it. That's a quirk I've never heard no one mention. And luckily we don't sound like that. Freaking automatics. So first impressions on driving the Hyundai Veloster Turbo R-Spec, I like it. Like I said earlier, the clutch is fairly smooth. The exhaust note is not as loud as I thought it would be. I really would have wanted more of a loud noise. I still appreciate the feel of the clutch. The feel of the car is actually quite nice. We have someone in front of us, so it's not like I can really show you what we could do with it. But overall, even as small as the car looks, it is not that small. I mean, I'm not a big guy, but you got number one, number two, very comfortable in the back. Yes, they are children, but at the same time, I got Billy in the passenger seat. He has room to still do what he has to do while recording, as well as myself driving. And there's elbow room. You know, there's no one's cramped. So, I did. Look at that reverse camera, y'all. That is absolutely about as clear as day. Now, again, this is the R-Spec, but that reverse camera is like high-end quality. So, go with all menus. It is fairly responsive. That is shocking. Look, that is nice. So you have a nice touchscreen menu, quick guides. It's the satellite radio, your regular radio, which is where we were, and then soft to the touch. I'm barely touching them, and it's giving me everything that I need for the response. That is, again, very nice. Get the trunk room. Now, how you release the trunk is you're gonna go right up under your windshield wiper and then press, and the trunk goes up real smooth. Okay, and you have your mats here, as you saw up front. This is a brand new 2019 R-Spec, so all of the goodies and the specialness is going to be back here. We're not going to open that for nobody. So plenty of room. You can't fit too much, but I bet you can still get a nice decent set of golf clubs back here, and that, my peoples, is what matters the most. Golf clubs. So let's go ahead and take a good 360 walk around the Hyundai Veloster Turbo R-Spec. Now, a thing that if you haven't really paid attention to is the Lambo lights on the back. They're very Lambo resemblance. I absolutely, if I hate to say it over and over again, love that. Now, walking back around toward the front, looking at these headlights, I do like the Audi-inspired running lights, daytime running lights that it does have. Again, they are HIDs, not LIDs, but it's good enough that you can see very well at night. So don't think that you're going to miss out visually, okay? Walking on back to the other side, you are getting another good side look, profile view of the car. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, rims, color, this R-Spec is absolutely fabulous. The turbo is not as long as you think it is, but yet it is very shorter than what you believe it is. So again, I'm not the tallest person in the world, but if you look at the length, I can almost hug this car. So I really, that's different. It's different. Most people don't even think about that type of stuff, but at the same time, I mean, if you put into perspective, from literally almost the hood to the trunk, that's a nice aspect. Now, I'm about 5'7", so 5'6", 5'7". I think it's perfectly low. It has the perfect height to what you need. And as I was mentioning earlier, it's what I like to call drivable low. The reason I say that, yes, it's about a fist, but think about it. Unless you have really decent streets and stuff like that, who's really gonna want to drop the car to where you're tucked? Again, respect to those who do, but depending on where you stay, this is what you're going to survive with. That's what you want to stay. The stock height of this car and a lot of other sport cars are really where you want to stay, unless you know you're going to be car showing a track day in your car. So again, you still have that big bass mouth grille, which at first, to most glance, people did not like, or as I like to say, didn't appreciate. But now as the car is starting to really get a fan base, you're starting to really appreciate the bass mouth grille. Actually, on all Hyundai models, this grille became a custom. I'm gonna say it was because of the Veloster Turbo, but this is one of the first models you noticed something was different when it came to the bass mouth grille. Side panels says turbo, and you know what's different? It does not really yell turbo like it used to on the old models. It just has a couple badges that says turbo there. It says turbo on the back, and I believe it doesn't really say too much turbo on the interior of the car. So it's not throwing it in your face. No turbo, turbo, turbo. It's saying, look, you know what I am, but I'm an R-Spec. I hope you like my review. If you do like my review, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Like and subscribe
I definitely have
if you
more
like
reviews coming for you.
cars.
So check you out. 27 Soul Brother does car reviews. Once again, let me definitely get another mad shout out to Hyundai, Terrell, Randall Noe, Hyundai. Thank you so much for letting me review your car, your Hyundai Veloster Turbo R-Spec. It has been a blast. Again, thank you to Billy, who also was my cameraman today. So mad shout out to you. Y'all definitely come out here to Terrell, check them out. They have some great cars out here. This one was the only standard that they have, and they actually gave me the privilege of driving this car. And they also have another one out there that's an actual Veloster Turbo that is fully loaded. And I'm hoping maybe if I get blessed and lucky enough, we'll get a chance to check out that one. But with that being said, you guys have a good one.